Hey everyone, this is Kathy, and I want to talk to you a little bit about inflammation, how inflammation works in the body, and how we can help ourselves from a natural perspective to be able to regulate that inflammation in our body. So here's a question: is inflammation good or bad? What do you think? Inflammation is actually good. It's a God-given property that helps our body to be able to protect itself. So when you have a foreign invader that comes into your body, or when you have an injury to your body, that part of the body swells up and keeps all of the tissue fluid and everything in there to be able to help that body part to be able to heal. Or when we stick ourselves, we get a cut or something on our hand or on our arm, inflammation is going to happen, in that redness that comes in there, and that sometimes it gets hot and there's that inflammation in there, and that is actually a good sign most of the time that our body is beginning to heal because of the natural processes that are in our body. However, we don't want inflammation to be chronic. We don't want inflammation to be happening all the time, because what happens is we end up with this stress and this tension in our shoulders. We end up with inflammation in our gut, and it gives us really bad things that are happening now. Like we have all kinds of gluten allergies, and we have chronic inflammatory diseases that are happening because of a lot of stress, but also, you guys, because of the foods that we eat. So the main thing that we can do, we're going to be talking about essential oils. We're going to be talking about supplements, which we need, but you yourself, the way that you eat, we do become what we eat. So I want to show you a couple of different piles of food that I have here. So here is our first pile that we have. Okay, now let's show the second pile over here of food. Now, which pile of food do you think might be more inflammatory? Let's look at this pile over here. Of course, these are our processed foods. This is our cereal, our flour, our sugars, butter, alcohol in excess as well, chips, vegetable oils, any kind of processed white foods. Now, I can tell you these foods are in my house right now, but they are in much less quantity, and we eat them much less than we do the anti-inflammatory foods. So when we are talking about anything with sugars, you guys, sugar is a killer, a silent killer. Processed white flour is a killer, and it is going to cause huge inflammation in the body. Any kind of processed foods are always going to have chemicals in them that are going to cause inflammation in the body, not going to be good for gut health, brain fog. All of those things is going to happen because of foods that have too much processed, what are some of the things? Vegetable oils are one of the worst things that we can have as well. Processed meats as well. Any kind of hot dogs, bologna, anything like that is going to have nitrites in it that are going to cause inflammation. Okay, so let's look at this good pile of anti-inflammatory foods. We have got foods that are high in omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids are going to be very, very good. So you've got your natural things like avocados, blueberries, very, very high in antioxidants. So simply putting blueberries in your oatmeal or making smoothies with blueberries is awesome. One of the best things you can do: drink lots of water, because it's going to help to draw those toxins out of the body. Now, I have, of course, lemon in here because lemon oil is very, very detoxifying for the body, and that's going to help with inflammation as well. I've got sardines here, and one of our favorite things around here is we eat salmon all the time. Now, this is my husband's doing. I never ever would have thought that I would be a salmon eater, but he absolutely loves it. So we have it probably 2 or 3 times a week, actually. And this stuff here, this honey smoked salmon, I'm not doing an advertisement for them, you guys, but this is some yummy, yummy stuff, even to have around for snacks. Coffee, believe it or not, if it's not in excess, is going to be an anti-inflammatory. 2 4-ounce cups of coffee a day is really good to help with inflammation. In excess, though, it's going to cause inflammation. So keep that in mind as well. Walnuts or any kind of healthy nuts are very good for anti-inflammatory. Here I've got a little vial full of, does anybody know what this really, really orange powdery stuff is here, this is turmeric. And turmeric has something in it called curcumin. And curcumin is one of the highest forms of natural anti-inflammatory that you can get. So the deep blue polyphenol capsules are very, very high in turmeric and other anti-inflammatories as well. So this is fantastic. I take this every day as one of my supplements. Now, you might see this apple cider vinegar here. I love Bragg's apple cider vinegar. Now this is kind of strange, you guys. I mean, who thinks about drinking apple cider vinegar? We might think about making salad dressings with it or something like that. But actually, I take a shot or two of Bragg's apple cider vinegar every day. This one is my favorite. You can get flavored ones. So this one is apple cinnamon. Bragg's apple cider vinegar. And I'm going to take my little doTERRA shot glass. And there you go. I love that. And actually, another good thing to use in the shot glass is just to put a drop of On Guard every day in a cup of water, rinse it around in your mouth in this little thing, and then just swallow it down for proper gut health. So we've got the last thing that I have here to show you that is a good anti-inflammatory food is pineapple. Most of us, if we eat pineapple at all, we get canned pineapple. You guys, canned foods, anything, if it comes in a can, a bag, or a box, it's going to be processed and it's going to have inflammatory factors in it. So keep that in mind. The more you can eat natural foods, the better. Your pineapple, the best part of the pineapple, if you even do eat natural pineapple, is the part we usually throw away. And that's the core of the pineapple. It has something in it called bromelase. And bromelase is very, very high. Just as turmeric is very high in anti-inflammatories, bromelain is also very, very high as well. So don't throw away the core of your pineapple. Use it in your smoothies. You know, it's that really tough part of the pineapple, so we usually throw it away. But I'm going to challenge you to put that in your smoothies or find other very good uses for the core of your pineapple as well. All right, guys, I think that that's it for anti-inflammatory foods. I want to make sure that you see our line of supplements here as well. So the doTERRA supplements, even if we eat very, very good every single day, we eat natural foods all the time, the state of our world and the soil and everything else is just not what it used to be. So we do need to have supplements, okay? I'll just take this beer out of the picture here. I will just take this butter out of the picture here, and I will just put all of these really good things in, especially the Lifelong Vitality Pack, full of omega-3s, omega-6, omega-9s, vitamins and minerals that you need, anti-inflammatory properties of the CRS, which is very, very high, or uses the herbs. And these three together synergize in the body to be able to have amazing effects. Of course, you want to take a really good probiotic as well. Your internal gut health is really, really important, and you want to be able to be sure that you have the good bacteria to be able to digest your food and help with that inflammation. Also, Tri-Ease. Any kind of seasonal threats that come in cause inflammation in the respiratory system, and you don't want to have that. Tri-Ease is very, very good for that. And Serenity. We have to be able to have good rest and good sleep, okay? So in order for our body to be able to heal from the injuries that happen every single day, the assaults that we put on our body every single day, you want to be able to sleep. Lots and lots of other things that we can talk about as anti-inflammatories.
Tell me about the pink salt.
Oh, the pink salt. I did miss this one. Okay, so this is pink Himalayan salt. So sodium is something that we know that we need to stay away from. Salt is something that we need to stay away from. So when you have salt, and for those of you who remember osmosis, maybe if you go back to 8th grade science or something like that, when you have an osmotic gradient that isn't right, let's say in your cell, and you have too much sodium, what's going to happen is water is going to pour into those cells, and those cells are going to get bigger. So what that does when we have too much sodium in our body is it actually expands the fat cells, it expands our regular cells, and so we don't want to have a lot of sodium. Having more potassium in your diet than sodium is going to be better, because potassium actually reverses the gradient, and so the water comes out of your cells. So if you are having trouble losing weight, if you're just not able to figure all that, you know, even though maybe you've plateaued, you're eating well, you're exercising, watch your sodium intake, and also drink lots and lots of water. High potassium as well. Keep potassium in your diet. Bananas are very, very good for that. But this is pink Himalayan salt. So it's hard to get away from salt altogether, but the less that you can use, the better. Pink Himalayan salt is a much more nutritious way to flavor your foods. Pink Himalayan salt is full of calcium and magnesium and potassium and those other salts and minerals that we really, really need in our diet. So I highly suggest that you would use this instead of regular salts. Okay, so I think that we covered it all. If you guys have any questions, I would love to hear your comments on this, and I'll try to get them answered. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.